Okay, well, we will get through this. So anyways, so that's, yeah, the encountering that in your near future where you are starting to realize or find disappointment or a realization that you're not headed in a direction that's going to actually make you happy, and so needing to seek out a new path and start over even though you thought that you were almost there. And that happens to all of us at times, but all right, what crowns you? The best thing that you have going for you in this situation is that you're making slow and steady progress toward your goals. You're thinking before you move. You're moving thoughtfully and carefully with intention. You are making responsible decisions. You are being cautious and taking into account the everything that goes into the decisions that you make. So princes have to do a lot of times with moving toward our goals and the speed at which we do that, but it could also represent a person. If it is, it would be a younger man who he's very responsible and he's learning about, creating stable foundations, or even the useful aspect of yourself that is creating something that will bring about stability. You in this situation, so you may have inadvertently betrayed somebody, and this is just saying, that this is a self-serving energy. It's not a malicious or cruel energy, but nonetheless, it does result in someone being hurt because you're just thinking of yourself and what you want. She saw this. What? Okay, so she's got this, and she's just, merrily skating away. Just, it's ignorant, like not ignorant, like dumb, but it's thoughtless. It's not considering any emotions of anybody else or the impact of decisions. It's just only focusing on what you want in that moment and going with that impulse, but completely oblivious to the fact that, first of all, what you've taken doesn't belong to you, and secondly, perhaps that was important to somebody, and that could be, not only material thing, but also like an intangible thing like hope. Maybe you stole somebody's hope or you stole somebody's joy, and while that wasn't your intention because you didn't think, or you were doing things like in a non-transparent way, like sneaky behavior or not being upfront about things, that did result in somebody feeling betrayed by you. In your environment as it pertains to this situation, there's a Queen of Spring, so most likely this is a person. There would be somebody in your environment who is very optimistic and positive. It would be somebody that would present like an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this is somebody who she keeps herself busy and she keeps herself focused. She's driven, she's motivating. She brings like that spark or that fire into other people's lives, and always, it doesn't really have time to talk about what to do. She doesn't see the purpose in spending time making lists or planning. Kind of the opposite of this energy, actually, right here. This energy is, I'm going to be thoughtful and I'm going to be slow and I'm going to plan everything ahead. She doesn't do things that way. She just act now, think later. She'll just take the action, and then as she goes, we'll evaluate. And she's got a lot of different. She's very fast, mentally fast, and she is very quick on her feet to respond to things. And so for her, what works the best is just to go ahead and do things. Don't waste any time. And also she's very mature in the things that she chooses to pour her energy into. And so she's not going to invest her energy into something that she doesn't feel is going to end up somewhere. She doesn't have the time for that because she has too many other things going on, other things that demand her energy. So she can't really afford to waste any of it on something that doesn't show promise. Your hopes or fears as it pertains to this situation, we have a reversal. So really, this would most likely be a fear, because upright, this is being able to see something from another perspective. This is being able to have compassion for somebody or understand how it feels to be on their side of things. This scenery, it's the same spot, but if you look at it this way, and if you look at it this way, it looks like a completely different scene. But the message of this card is that it's the same scene, but from a different perspective, looks totally different. So when you can understand somebody else's perspective, you can see that although they see things differently, their perspective is every bit as valid as yours. And they are looking at the same thing you are. And they are just as right as you are, and they are just as not wrong as you are, but you're both missing a piece. So this would be like your fear that you wouldn't be able to understand the other perspective or see it through their eyes. And the possible outcome, if you continue on your current path, is being creating a new beginning. New beginnings, especially aces, they're no guarantee. All that is telling you it's an opportunity. You'll have the opportunity, but it's up to you what you do with it. You'll be given the seed. You can plant it and you can nurture it and let this grow into a path where you're taking action, and you are doing something that is either passionate, creative, or just very active, whether it be like a sport or an art, but awakening some type of that fire. You can choose to do that, and that's going to be something that makes you feel alive and sets your soul on fire. So you'll have an opportunity that comes up with this situation, and you can choose whether to grab it or not. If you do choose to follow through with that, that's going to bring into your life a lot of motivation and feeling like you're accomplishing something, and confidence, and that you are really making the best use of the time and the energy that you have. So it'll be a fulfilling feeling. It's also very like heady and exciting, and just kind of, especially for somebody who's in this energy, it might be a little scary, but it's definitely worth it, because we need this aspect into our life too. All right, final card. This is going to be your advice card. Hopefully this makes sense. If not, I apologize. There's a lot going on right now, but I want to get this out to you. All right, advice. So this is telling you that, yes, although the best aspect you have going for you is you are being thoughtful and you are being careful, that you can only think and plan for so long. And then you're going to want to move into this energy more, especially to match this queen that's in your environment. Then you'll be like more harmonious on your moving together, and being able to match each other's vibration. If you match this vibration, it's going to work out better for both of you. She won't get impatient with you. You won't feel overwhelmed by her. If you're moving at two different speeds, it can be really disharmonious. So while this has gotten you where you needed to be, and this has served you well, because you have taken the time to be thoughtful and plan things carefully, then with this new opportunity, when this comes up, your advice is to then start moving in a different way, and to start going at a faster pace, to do less thinking ahead of time, and have more confidence it's going to work out, and that you'll figure it out as you go, and to just move quickly toward that goal, and to not stop and waste time to consider all the variables and to plan out all the possible responses to anything that might happen, because this might be one of those things, if you don't act on it quickly, you'll lose the opportunity. So you're not going to have time to use your usual approach. And there's nothing wrong with this approach, because that has been a benefit to you up until now. So you've gotten what you needed from that. But then when this opportunity comes, you'll need to approach it in a different way. And that's by tapping into your energy and your enthusiasm, even your impulsiveness. This is a prince, so he's a little more immature, but that can be good. He's impulsive, but if you stop and question yourself for too long, you might talk yourself out of it, or you might waste too much time, and the opportunity will be gone by the time you make up your mind about what you want to do. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to upload these. They'll probably be ready in about an hour. All right, bye.